It's Friday, December 19th.
In those areas, we're always ready there.
Prime Minister Mark Carney says Canada is always ready to talk, but U.S. tariff relief likely won't come until there is a new North American trade deal.
The earlier we can detect cancer, the more treatments available and the better patient outcomes, because there are new treatments coming online for us to use all the time.
A new mobile mammogram unit is hitting the road in Saskatchewan.
We've seen 70 to 80 kilometer per hour gusts, so those are pretty substantial when you combine it with all the fresh snow.
And snow, wind, ice, and rain. We have seen some wild weather across Canada in the past few days. We'll recap that and have your latest Saskatchewan forecast just ahead. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Kayleen Sawatsky.
And I'm Janelle Lippi. Happy Friday.
And not just a Friday, it's a Friday before a Christmas break. We are off the air from December 22nd to December 26th. Our good friend Daryl has already started his well-deserved Christmas vacation.
That's right.
So, because we're not here next week, we have to tell our viewers what the weather is going to be like.
Yes, and we do have a little bit of some snowy weather coming up, of course, 'tis the season. But those temperatures aren't looking bad.
All right, looking forward to hearing more about our Christmas forecast. For right now, we're going to turn our attention over to news. Prime Minister Mark Carney says talks over relief from U.S. tariffs likely won't restart until CUSMA comes under review.
My judgment is that is now going to roll into the broader CUSMA negotiations. So we're unlikely, given the time horizons coming together, to have a sectoral agreement.
CUSMA comes up for review next year, and Canada will begin formal talks with the U.S. in mid-January. Prime Minister Carney also said Canada and the U.S. were close to a deal on tariff relief for sectors like steel, aluminum, and lumber, but that was before Ontario started airing anti-tariff ads in the U.S. Ontario Premier Doug Ford has no regrets.
Well, number one, that was the best ad that's ever been run. 12.4 billion views. We wanted to bring it to the attention of the American people. Thank you so much.
Prime Minister Carney and Premier Ford were in Ottawa yesterday to sign a deal to speed up major projects. This includes plans to access minerals at the Ring of Fire in Northern Ontario. The Parkland region was one of the hardest hit areas from Wednesday's Alberta Clipper, covering communities like Yorkton in tons of snow. Plows were busy overnight clearing the streets, but there's still a lot to do. By noon, the major arteries of the city, like Broadway, Smith, and Gladstone Avenue, were cleared, but smaller streets remained covered. In fact, our very own Regina got stuck on 2nd Street, getting video of all that snowfall aftermath, and was helped out by a group of bystanders. A towing company in town asked people to stay put as they were at their max capacity. The amount of snow wasn't the only issue. Freezing and strong wind gusts caused power outages all across southern Saskatchewan. Several neighborhoods in Regina experienced temporary outages, but some communities in southwest Saskatchewan didn't have power all night day before yesterday night, including Gull Lake, Maple Creek, and Frontier. In the village of Climax, though, residents there experienced a 12-hour outage. And further north, Prince Albert, well, the city experienced some high winds last night, but no significant snowfall. Environment Canada says Saskatoon got between 7 to 13 centimeters of snow, so the shoveling continues and plows and graders hitting city streets. The wind was the real star of the storm, blowing the snow and creating a messy situation on those roads. Now over to Jeremy Dodge, tracking the latest headlines out of Saskatoon. Good morning.
Good morning, Kayleen. A former principal of Legacy Christian Academy learned he will not spend time behind bars after being found guilty of an historical assault earlier this year. Duff Friesen was sentenced to 6 months to be served in the community at Court of King's Bench Thursday morning. He was convicted of 1 count of assault with a weapon, but not 3 others earlier this year. Friesen is accused of hitting students with a wooden paddle between 2003 and 2005. 2004. While working at Christian Center Academy, the school that was later renamed Legacy Christian Academy is now known as Valor Academy due to a publication ban. The evidence in the trial cannot be reported, but students outside court were pleased the judge imposed a 6-month sentence.
You know, the decision really affirms what former students of this school have said, and the judge's decision, you know, we're really happy that it, you know, has been taken serious by the justice system.
Friesen is back in court for another trial next September. A 45-year-old man has been charged by Saskatoon's hate crime unit. Saskatoon police say they received a complaint last year about a person making anti-Semitic comments online. Investigators were able to identify the person, searched a home, seized digital evidence and a gun. He's now facing charges of public incitement of hatred and unsafe storage of a firearm. Kayleen, City of Regina looking to add security to city buses.
That's right. Thanks, Jeremy. City budget discussions continued at City Hall for a 4th straight day yesterday as council works through what services to keep and what to cut. As Donovan Mace tells us, one thing has been approved for next year, plans to increase security on city buses.
City transit in 2026.
So this is the way that we can make sure that we are not costing people more money and that we are still increasing service.
Councillor Zakiniak bringing forward the plan which aims to bring 8 security guards into the public transit system, to staff to support them, and give bus drivers additional security training.
So if we want to increase ridership, we need to have safe buses.
City administration says the number of incidents on city buses is increasing significantly.
We've seen incidents on the bus increase year over year. We've had over 200 incidents of disruptive behavior on the bus last year, and this year we're at over 400.
But more security comes at a cost. Bus fares will go up 10% next year, and the city will not be hiring additional operators to handle overtime strain, increase the size of its fleet, or expand service.
The number one thing I've heard from advocates and people of all ages and disabilities is that increased hours is what they require.
And after approving a record police budget earlier this week, some councillors are asking why Regina Police can't do the job.
Do we really believe that adding several security officers on our buses infrequently will sort of address the safety risk?
We did the pricing with them, and the pricing was almost double the cost of what we're proposing here today.
Budget deliberations are scheduled to continue Friday. Donovan Mace, CTV News, Regina.
I don't think that should extend.
Meanwhile, after indicating his intention to halt the purchase of electric buses, Councillor Clark Bezos' motion didn't make it to the floor, as the chair, Mayor Baczynski, is saying the motion was out of order because the idea has no bearing in the 2026 or 2027 budget. In 2024, the city purchased 20 EV buses for its new fleet, with the first 7 already on the road and another 13 on the way. Protesting farmers and police clashed outside of the European Parliament. This was the scene in Brussels, where one farmer dumped a truck full of potatoes on the street. Farmers in Europe are angry over trade deals between the EU and South America. They say cheaper products flooding the market will hurt their bottom lines. Well, how's this for a mesmerizing scene in Iran? Heavy rainfall transformed a coastline into a sea of red this week. Rainfall on Iran's Hormuz Island briefly transformed the coastline of its famed red beach. Runoff flowing over the shore turned the water shades a deep red. The beach is known for its vivid red sand and cliffs created by high concentrations of iron oxide. The phenomenon regularly attracts tourists, photographers, and social media attention. All right, let's get on over to the Weather Center, where we find Janelle Lapai. It's not a bad start to the day. It was a cooler day yesterday, but what we really want to know is what Christmas is going to be like.
Well, we are going to have a beautiful Christmas. I'm so impressed with what the temperatures are looking like in this upcoming week. As you can see behind me, a little bit of a chilly start here to our Friday, and windy. Today, we can expect to see that wind speed increase. Let's look at that current temperature right here in Regina, -13, and flurries are on the way. So that is something to be mindful of today if you're going out traveling, heading out of the city somewhere. It is going to be icy, a little bit slippery. Take it slow on those roads. Over to Saskatoon, -13 and still snowy. So we are expecting to see those flurries across the province. That is something, again, to be mindful of. Be very careful on those roads. But let's take a look now over at our Futurecast, where you can see that snow system moving through. So this is about 11 a.m. today, where you'll start to see that snow coming down. So as of currently, we do have some blowing snow outside. Not so much fresh, but that is to come a little bit later on here this morning. Current temperatures across Saskatchewan: Stony Rapids -37, Buffalo Narrows -21, South End -23, Spiritwood -20, the Battlefords -15, Kindersley -4, East End and Swift Current both at -1, Yorkton -20. Now let's talk about those wind gusts. So if you're on your way to work here this morning, you will notice that it is quite breezy out there. We aren't expecting to see that slow down much here today. As you can see, those wind speeds are continuing from 30 to nearly 50 kilometers per hour as the afternoon goes on here. So make sure you're bundling up. That will impact our temperatures that we're seeing today. All right, so into our highs for today: Prince Albert -18, Battlefords -13. We've got Yorkton -10, Moose Jaw and Swift Current 1 degree, and Estevan 2. So we do have flurries across the province. Again, that will determine how those roads are looking outside. Make sure you're following the highway hotline because things are going to be slippery today and likely into the weekend as well. For our 7-day forecast in Regina, 0 degrees today. So we're seeing things warm up just a little bit, but again, those temperatures will feel a little bit cooler with our wind speeds here. Some snow on the way and starting into the weekend: -22 on Saturday, -11 on Sunday. Over to Saskatoon now. Today, -11 as that high. Flurries expected and into the weekend: -24 on Saturday, -22 on Sunday. And for the Saskatoon area, we will kick off next week nice and fresh with more snow.
A new mobile mammogram unit is hitting the road in Saskatchewan, bringing breast cancer screening to women in northern and rural communities. CTV's Stacey Hine has more on how it's helping with early detection.
A new mobile mammography unit will soon hit the road, replacing the bus that served communities for more than 20 years. Upgrades include a wheelchair lift and a new mammography, a specialized X-ray that scans for breast cancer, which the Saskatchewan Health Authority says is faster and uses lower doses of radiation.
It's a very modern device, and it's the same as we have at our on-site locations in Saskatoon and Regina and our regional hospitals that we use for screening.
More than $2 million was raised by the Cancer Foundation of Saskatchewan and the Kidsman Foundation to fund the unit, which will help with early detection.
The earlier we can detect cancer, the more treatments available and the better patient outcomes, because there are new treatments coming online for us to use all the time.
The Saskatchewan Cancer Agency says about 75% of breast cancers found through the Breast Check program are detected early. The mobile unit performs about 1/3 of mammograms in the province, screening roughly 7,800 patients in northern and rural communities each year.
I think it's a pretty significant step forward in terms of improving access for Saskatchewan women to screening mammograms right across the province.
Currently, the unit visits 42 communities once every 2 years, but a second mobile unit expected later in 2026 will let communities be screened annually.
When we introduce the second mobile unit, which is super exciting to us, we're almost going to double the capacity.
For now, this unit is scheduled to make its first stop in Estevan on January 5th. Stacey Hine, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Health Report, brought to you in part by Saskatchewan Blue Cross, protecting your health since 1946.
All right, what would you say if your taxi pulled up and this guy was behind the wheel? Jefferson Castro decorated his taxi to look like a sleigh, including plastic reindeer and lights. Plus, he's dressed as the Grinch. Castro says he's trying to spread holiday spirit. Much better than going around the city to steal all of their presents, of course. This is much more positive. Or before pushing it off the side of a mountain, that's for sure. So much more positive than the historically negative Grinch. This is fantastic.
I would love this. If I called a taxi and this is what showed up for me, oh my gosh,
wouldn't that be
fun? So much fun. What do you? Jeremy's face is telling me that he's not as hot on this idea.
No, sorry. I'm a little perplexed by the popularity of the Grinch. He's an evil character, but also that particular mask did not like it had good visibility for driving.
Actually, you know what? Now that I think about that, you're actually right. We got to put safety first.
Yes.
Okay. Good point. Let's get on over to our question of the day. We're asking you today, what are you asking Santa for this Christmas? What's at the top of your list? Jeremy, over to you.
I asked for Foo Fighter tickets and Riders Grey Cup merch. So all Mosaic Stadium related things, I guess.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm asking Santa to pay for my City of Regina parking tickets. What about you, Janelle?
Oh.
I asked for a nice set of pots and pans.
Oh, I did that last Christmas. Santa brought me a really nice pot and pan set.
Fingers crossed.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, so text us. We want to hear from you. What are you asking Santa for this year? You can text your name and your answer to 10400. Standard message rates may apply. Or you can scan that QR code on your screen right now. We have to go into a quick break, but here's a live look outside this morning. Regina looking a little bit dark still, of course. Not seeing the flurries right now. It's a little bit cold, though, to start the day. We'll be right back.
Hello there, Kara Wagland inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. And for it, we head to Buffalo, where the Sabres were hosting the Flyers. Rasmus Dahlin cutting towards the net. Drops it between the legs of Tage Thompson, who waits and then scores. Dahlin with a beautiful pass to find the wide open man. Thompson going to do the rest. He's now scored in 5 straight games, and Buffalo winning their 4th in a row. Big night in Buffalo. It is your must-see moment from Thursday. And coming up tonight on TSN, we got some college football playoffs for you. First round, Bama taking on Oklahoma. Kickoff for that one is set at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's all for now from SportsCenter. Have a great day.
School Day Forecast is brought to you by CAA School Safety Patrol, working together to keep our school zone safe. In Regina, by the time you get onto the bus, minus 13, and seeing a little bit of snow coming down. By the time lunchtime rolls around, 0 degrees. Final bell is minus 8. Again, seeing those snowy conditions today. And over to Saskatoon, minus 13 by the time you get onto the bus. By lunchtime, minus 11, and final bell, minus 16. It's going to be a little chilly out there. Make sure you're grabbing your mitts and a toque. As we go into break, here is a look at today's gas prices in Regina. The common cost to fill up is $123.9. You can find regular fuel for as low as $102.9, and in Saskatoon, common cost is $110.9, and the lowest you might find is $105.9. Taking a look at the farm markets, the street price of canola is $527.52 per ton, and the futures price is $587 per ton. Amber durum wheat is $274.92 per ton, and red spring wheat is $245.77 per ton. And the Canadian dollar begins the day trading at 72.60 cents US. We'll be right back after this break.
All right, let's head out now and track down Mike Siona, who is learning about the latest efforts by Kinsmen to do what Kinsmen do. Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's helping you as well as the community is what the Kinsmen are doing right now, because it is the Kinsmen 50-50 lottery. Kinsmen Club of Saskatoon President Tony Meyer joins me right now. I'll tell you what, Tony, you guys are giving away huge 50-50 money.
Yeah, today we're giving away $12,000 from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every hour on the hour. If you buy a ticket today, you're eligible for all the chances to win. And you're also eligible for the $40,000 we're giving away between Christmas and New Year's, the 12 days days of Kinsman Christmas, as well as the grand prize jackpot.
Fantastic. I mean, it's big time. You mentioned the Kin Cash bonus day, and that is today. You've got until 7 a.m. to get entered for all 12 of those draws. Is that right? And you've got every hour on the hour, basically?
Every hour on the hour. We're also giving away like 15 grand a couple times later in the month. So it should be a really good time between now and New Year.
I love that. Now, obviously, Kinsman Club of Saskatoon serves not just Saskatoon, but in this instance, who are we supporting?
Yeah, so we're partnering with the Ronald McDonald House of Saskatoon this year, but that's province-wide. They're expanding in Prince Albert, and where did you say?
Regina.
In Regina, yeah. So for all those families that are going through a tough time using the Ronald McDonald House, a big chunk of our proceeds go towards them this time.
Now, we're going to talk a little bit more about that, and I understand actually Karen from the Ronald McDonald House is going to pop by, so stay tuned for that. Last time we saw her, we were out doing the Grinch thing. Today, it's just all about your heart growing 3 sizes and maybe your pocketbook as well. Guaranteed jackpot is what?
Over $100,000 this time.
To the winner. So the whole pot is $200,000 that we're talking about. It is going to be tremendous. At 7:05, 8:05, 9:05, you get the drift. 12 hours in succession. Somebody's going to win a bonus $1,000 in Kin Cash today when we got the 12 days of Christmas. And then that big draw. Let's sell this thing out. Help the Ronald McDonald House of Saskatchewan, and hey, help some wonderful, deserving people at Christmas time.
Awesome, Mike. Excellent stuff. Looking forward to seeing more from you throughout the morning.
It's now just after 6:30 on your Friday morning, and here's what's making news. The suspect in the Brown University shooting has been found dead after a tip from the public helped police crack the case.
Law enforcement collectively believe that we have the person, that we identified the person, and that person is dead, and that he was the person responsible not only for the Brown shootings, but for the Brookline shooting.
Police say Claudio Neves Valenti was a former Brown student and Portuguese national. He was found dead Thursday from a self-inflicted gunshot wound inside a storage unit. Investigators believe Valenti is responsible for both the shooting at Brown and the killing of a Massachusetts Institute of Technology professor. Officials say that professor attended the same academic program as the suspect in Portugal between 1995 and 2000.
I want to thank the people of Providence for stepping up and coming together during an extraordinarily difficult time.
Police are crediting a person who had several encounters with the suspect for providing a crucial tip in the case. After police posted images of a person of interest, the witness recognized him and told police about the car he saw him driving. That enabled Providence police officers to tap into a network of more than 70 street cameras to gain more information. We also know the suspect entered the U.S. through the Diversity Lottery Immigrant Visa Program in 2017, and U.S. President Donald Trump is now suspending that green card lottery program. Police are asking for help looking for a teenager from Prince Albert who might be in Saskatoon. 14-year-old Zoe Morasti, who was seen in the 700 block of 28th Street East in Prince Albert on December 9th. She was wearing a dark brown jacket and black sweatpants. Anyone with information on Zoe Morasti or where she could be should call police. A 17-year-old youth charged in connection with a quadruple homicide on Carry the Kettle in February appeared in court Thursday morning. The youth, who cannot be named, has been charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder in relation to the deaths of Tracy Hadamani, Sheldon Kwewazant, Shauna Faye, and Tracy Jack. The youth has been also charged with attempted murder of a 5th person involved in the February 5th incident. Court has been adjourned for the accused until December 24th. A 14-year-old youth also made a court appearance in Provincial Court Thursday morning in connection with a swatting incident. Swatting is the practice of making a false report to police, which then results in either the emergency services teams or special weapons and tactics teams to be deployed to a specific address. On September 19th, RPS received a call of a firearms-related incident in southwest Regina. The tactical support unit was dispatched only to find out there was no threat, as initially reported to police. Nobody was seriously harmed in the incident. The youth is scheduled to appear in court again on January 14th. Semester final exams are being written at the University of Regina, but a student from Ukraine says he can't take part. His visa has run out and there has been a delay in processing this renewal. For now, it has ended his opportunity to continue with his studies. Wayne Mantica reports.
This University of Regina student says he applied for a visa extension last May, but it wasn't until 2 weeks before finals that he learned there was a problem.
Sadly, I was not been able to continue. I had to stop and wait till the issue is resolved, and for now it's still not that clear.
His family arrived in Saskatchewan back in 2022 on a special government flight. Their 3-year visas were recently extended, except for Anton's. The federal government wanted confirmation from the university that he is a student, but Ottawa's request never arrived on campus.
He's fully dependent on us, and he won't be able to stay in Canada and where he should go. I mean, there is no way, he's our family.
Anton is also a goalie for the Regina Capitals. The team says it has never encountered a situation like this.
I think every team in the south of our league, without exaggeration, was very interested in acquiring him. We were fortunate to get him, and we've had a tremendously successful season as a result.
The University of Regina is trying to help. So is NDP MLA Keith Jorgensen.
It is unfortunate that something that is such an obvious clerical error in the Department of Immigration federally is not correctable.
Anton's final exams can be deferred if the visa extension comes through soon. If not, he could run the risk of missing the next semester as well. Wayne Mantica, CTV News, Regina.
There are weather warnings across the country this morning with active weather in all 10 provinces.
This is a real humdinger when it comes to clippers.
This was the scene yesterday in Manitoba. Heavy snow, chilling wind, and a deep cold. Crews have been working around the clock to restore power and clear those roadways in the province, but are asking for patience. Across the country, there are blizzard, rainfall, and even flash freeze warnings in place this morning as the storm moves into Ontario and Quebec. And now we have to talk about what's happening here at home. And for this, we welcome in Janelle Pai. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, we're seeing a little bit of a windy day here to start off our Friday. And some snow is on the way, but not quite yet. Right now, we're just seeing that blowing snow in plenty of areas across Saskatchewan. But let's take a look at Regina here, minus 13 currently. Like I said, snow is on the way, a couple flurries, especially for the Regina and Saskatoon areas. But as of currently, we're seeing those wind speeds at about 54 kilometers per hour. Very, very cold. It's absolutely impacting that temperature. So make sure you're bundling up today and taking it very slow on those roads. Now over to Saskatoon, minus 13, snow on the way again. And we are seeing quite quick wind speeds in Saskatoon, about 28 kilometers. So less than Regina, but still impacting that temperature, making it feel a lot cooler. Let's take a look at our future cast here, where you can see that system of snow that will be moving in. This is later on this morning, about 11:30, where we'll start to see those flurries begin. So as you can see here, it is an across the province system that we can all expect to see as the day goes on. Now for current temperatures across the province, Stony Rapids seeing about minus 37, Buffalo Narrows minus 21, Spiritwood minus 20, Hudson Bay minus 23 along with South End. The Battleford's at minus 15, Kindersley minus 4, East End and Swift Current minus 1, Weyburn minus 13, Yorkton minus 20. Now let's talk about those wind gusts here. So this is later on again this morning here, where you'll start to see those wind speeds continue to increase. So about 10 to 11 a.m. today will be anywhere from about 30 to close to 50 kilometer per hour winds. So again, make sure you're bundling it up today. Take it slow on those roads. Follow the guidelines on Highway Hotline. Make sure you're staying safe out there. Now for our highs today here across Saskatchewan, Battleford's at about minus 13, Swift Current 1 degree along with Moose Jaw, both Weyburn and Estevan at 2 degrees, Yorkton minus 9. Now let's look at our 5-day forecast here in Regina. So 0 degrees as our high for today, but seeing those flurries begin. Now with the freezing and the melting, again, it's going to make things slippery. Make sure you're careful out there. And as we roll into the weekend, we'll start to see that temperature drop a little bit. Minus 22 tomorrow, minus 11 on Sunday. Now in Saskatoon, -11 today, again seeing those flurries. Tomorrow, -24, and flurries again to start off our week on Monday with a high of -16.
Studio decorating provided by Sticks and Doodles, Regina's Christmas Ornament Warehouse.
Prime Minister Mark Carney said late Thursday that Canada will enter into formal discussions with the United States in January when it comes to a review of the free trade agreement. A statement from the Prime Minister's office says Internal Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc will meet with his American counterparts to discuss the Canada-US-Mexico trade deal. The announcement came just hours after Carney met with provincial leaders to update them on the trade talks with the U.S. TikTok has reached a deal with a group of investors to form a new joint venture for its U.S. business. This, according to reports about an internal memo. The buyer group will include Oracle, private equity firm Silver Lake, and MGX, an investment firm based in Abu Dhabi. The deal, which TikTok expects to close in January, comes more than a year after Congress passed a law that forced its owner, ByteDance out of China, to divest from its U.S. operations or face a ban because TikTok was deemed a foreign adversary-controlled company. Those are your morning business headlines. For BNN Bloomberg, I'm Roger Peterson.
MLA for Cumberland, Jordan McPhail, was on our show at that time, having just been evacuated from the area himself. These stories tend to leave the news cycle, right? But that doesn't mean that the situation is over. So we want to get an update this morning as we welcome Jordan back to the show under much better circumstances than the last time around. Jordan, thanks for doing this. How are things today?
Certainly with the snow on the ground and the wildfires, contained and out in northern Saskatchewan, we're getting back to, our family and friends and whatnot. But, there's still many people across northern Saskatchewan that have many questions as to what happened this summer. And, a lot of them are rebuilding their homes. One of my, newfound friends throughout this crisis, Dustin, just got his home yesterday, put onto the foundations up in Denair Beach. And, there's so many people rebuilding. And, this Christmas might not be exactly what they had envisioned maybe back in June. But I know that there's many people in the north that are banding together to try and make sure that this Christmas season is still filled with community and hope for the future.
We've seen the pictures, and we'll show them again, of the devastation in the area. A lot of homes were lost. A lot of people do, as you said, have a lot of questions about what's next, what could have been done differently. And I think the government's asking those questions of themselves right now. But this is what we see, right? When we think about the Denair wildfires, this is what we think of, right? What does it look like on the ground there now? Are all the homes rebuilt? Are we at 50%? Where do we stand?
I was in Denair Beach just earlier this week. I always like to stop into community, drive in there, see what's going on. I certainly don't like to fly in. I like to see what the conditions of the highways are, seeing all the different challenges that might be there in moving a house in. A lot of these things are RTM homes. They have the trailers set up for some of those that aren't into a new home yet. A lot of the lots have been cleaned up, and that's thanks to local contractors like Joey Werbicki and so many hardworking local folks that really banded together to make sure that Denair Beach could rebuild as quickly as possible.
What do people need? Sorry, Jordan. What do people need right now?
I think people need, looking back on the wildfire season, I think the government really needs to call this public inquiry so that they have the answers to the questions that they have. There was still lots of questions like, why weren't the federal resources called in? Who made those calls? And ultimately, going forward, there's many things. Our team put out a plan early on about how to rebuild the North, from restoring access to healthcare and essential services, providing medium to long-term housing, which we're seeing some of those trailers come in, albeit there's some challenges with them as well. Talking about safe disposal and demolition in the cleanup areas. I was up on the laydown yard and seeing 20, 30 foot tall concrete and steel structure there. We're going to need to have a plan on where that's going to go. And then the housing for the construction workers. There's still a lot of houses that need to be built and move into the community, and providing assistance from the Crowns. And removal of PST on construction labor, I think, is a call that we've made, and it's one that certainly can help out a lot of Northerners. We see bills of $25,000 to $30,000 for the PST on that rebuild. Our team has been clear. We need to support these folks after they feel like they've been abandoned by the provincial government, and it's going to be something that we continue to call for.
We'll let you go on this, Jordan. We talk about Saskatchewan strong. We talk about community spirit, Christmas spirit at this time of year. How about the people in that area, the resiliency of that group?
I'm glad you asked the question. One of the things that has always come up for me in the course of the 2025 wildfire season is there wasn't a whole lot of good that I had seen, but the one good thing that I had seen consistently time and time again was that the community banded together to support each other. Northerners always step up to help one another in times of need, and this is no exception to that. We see people from Denair Beach and East Trout Lake, La Ronge, Sucker River, Hall Lake. When people are in need, we step up and we support one another, and that's the one good thing that I can say that I have seen in 2025 was that we had amazing frontline firefighters, pilots, engineers, and most of all, community and local businesses step up for one another to make sure that we all made it to 2026. Looking back, I know that there's a lot of things that we can do different next year, but I hope that the one thing that always remains the same is the resiliency of Northern people.
Jordan, great to talk to you under much better circumstances this time around. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for being with us today.
To you as well.
Studio decorating provided by Urban Farm Girl Boutique and Home Decor.
Tonight.
It's eerie to be in rooms that I know were responsible for stealing billions of dollars.
Inside the mind of a scammer using AI as the tool of choice.
They've been sold a dream, and they want that dream.
The shocking reasons why some con artists say they're forced to target and defraud Canadians. W5 investigates tonight on CTV National News and ctvnews.ca.
Today is our last show before the holidays, so here is our milestones until we're back on air December 29th. Happy birthday to Dwayne. This is coming with love from your family. And happy 24th birthday to Savannah. Love your family. Happy 40th birthday to Becky. Your family loves you and hopes you have a special day. Happy birthday to Cookham Mary. Lots of love from your grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Happy 65th birthday to Terry. Love your whole family. Happy early 47th birthday to Corey. Your family hopes you have a fabulous day celebrating you. And Taylin is turning 11 on Saturday. Happy birthday to you. Love your entire family. Happy 7th birthday to Graham. This is coming with love from your granny and your grandpa. Happy 6th birthday to TJ. Your family and friends hope you enjoy your special day. Happy early 18th birthday to Ruby. Your family hopes you have a wonderful day. Happy birthday to Ethan. Enjoy your special day. And happy birthday to Laura. Lots of love from Nathan, Sammy, the Honorable Ping, and of course all of us here at CTV Your Morning. Happy early 64th birthday to Caroline. Your family loves you and hopes you have a great day.
Milestones, brought to you in part by Hardin & House Chocolates, because tradition isn't just what you do, it's what you share.
If you have a milestone coming up, you can send us an email at yourmorningsaskatchewan@ctv.ca or simply scan the QR code on your screen. Please make sure to send them at least one day in advance.
Well, for one final time before our Christmas comes around, let's throw things over to Chase at the Beer Country 92.7 studios. Good morning.
Good morning. I was guilted in by your crew here. Daryl had been giving me grief for the last 2 Fridays that I was not wearing a Christmas sweater. So I finally, this is the first Christmas sweater I ever bought. Went with the traditional one. Of course, Santa riding a unicorn in space with the sword. That old chestnut. But now back with the crew anyway for the Friday before Christmas here. And it is our last day to shake the tree. So we got some decent gifts still in there. There's a bunch of concert tickets, Monster Truck Spectacular tickets in there too. Amazon, Alexa's, gift cards for a bunch of stores, and we are going to be shaking that tree 7:40 this morning, 4:40 this afternoon. Shake it until it timbers over, or actually stop before it timbers, or you'll lose everything. But get ready to play, and hopefully you can walk away with some prizes this morning.
Harrison Ford's blockbuster films have earned him millions of fans. Now the screen icon is getting some major love from his acting peers. The Screen Actors Guild is giving him its highest honor, the Life Achievement Award. Ford will pick up his prize in March at the Guild's Actor Awards, which will stream live on Netflix. It's time to light the lights. The Muppets are set to return with a new music and comedy special. Sabrina Carpenter will join Kermit and Company for the big event, which arrives February 4th on Disney Plus and ABC.
Sherlock Holmes, sir. It's an unusual name.
Here's a first look at the upcoming Prime Video series Young Sherlock. The show tells the famed detective's origin story involving a globe-trotting mystery from his Oxford University days. Guy Ritchie, who directed the 2 Sherlock films starring Robert Downey Jr., serves as executive producer and helmed the first 2 episodes. Young Sherlock debuts in March. In Hollywood, I'm Douglas I.
Like that, I will no longer be friends.
Sidebars this morning. We start off with sisters who are polar opposites when it comes to dressing for the holidays.
Oh boy.
I'm ready for Christmas. I'm so ready for Christmas.
Mom told them to come in their holiday best. Sister 1 chose a nice knit and a skirt, while Sister 2 chose to be a Christmas tree with presents for shoes. The family never knows what to expect from the youngest and loves the chaos that comes along with her. Janelle and I are both the youngest girls in our family.
We sure are.
Youngest kids. So I feel like you and I can understand this. We would totally do this.
Absolutely. What an opportunity.
Jeremy, I can't remember. Do you have siblings?
I have a younger brother.
Would he do something like this?
I would be more chaos than he.
Really? Okay. I would love to see you in a Christmas tree costume for Christmas.
Yes.
Time out. We'll be right back. Go fill up your coffee cup. We are going to have more news and weather in about 2 minutes' time. Today is Friday, December 19th.
The United States wants to come back on that in those areas. We're always ready there.
Prime Minister Mark Carney says Canada is always ready to talk, but U.S. tariff relief won't come until there is a new North American trade deal.
The earlier we can detect cancer, the more treatments available and the better patient outcomes, because there are new treatments coming online for us to use all the time.
A new mobile mammogram unit is hitting the road in Saskatchewan.
We've seen 70 to 80 kilometer per hour gusts, so those are pretty substantial when you combine it with all the fresh snow.
And snow, wind, ice, and rain. We have seen some wild weather across Canada in the past few days. We will recap that and have your latest Saskatchewan forecast just ahead. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Kayleen Swatsky.
And I'm Janelle Lipai. Thanks for being back with us.
And we're decked out in our Christmas sweaters this morning, our last day before our Christmas break. Your Morning Saskatchewan is going to be off the air from December 22nd through to the 26th so that we can enjoy the holidays with our families.
That's
Can
right.
you believe we are already at December 19th?
Time has moved so quickly over the last couple months.
It feels wrong coming out of my mouth.
Yes.
But hey, we got to look forward to the Christmas forecast. Is it looking okay?
It's looking okay. We are going to be seeing some cooler temperatures, of course, but things are going to look up. We won't be seeing as much snow as what we saw, especially in the past few days.
All right, at least we're getting a white Christmas because
that's right.
Nobody wants the brown Christmas here, right? Let's turn our attention to news now. Prime Minister Mark Carney says Canada will enter into formal discussions with the U.S. in January to review their free trade agreement. A statement from the Prime Minister's office says Internal Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc will meet with his American counterparts to discuss the Canada-U.S.-Mexico trade deal. Carney has said he sees tremendous benefits for Canada and the U.S. if they work cooperatively in key economic sectors. And the Parkland region was one of the hardest hit areas from Wednesday's Alberta Clipper, covering communities like Yorkton in tons of snow. Plows were busy all Wednesday night clearing the streets, but there's still a lot to do. By noon on Thursday, the major arteries like the city, like Broadway, Smith and Gladstone Avenue were cleared, but smaller streets remain covered. In fact, our very own Regina got stuck on 2nd Street getting video of the snowfall aftermath and was helped out by a group of bystanders. A towing company in town asked people to stay put as they were at max capacity. And the amount of snow wasn't the only issue. It's freezing and strong wind gusts caused power outages all across southern Saskatchewan. Several neighborhoods in Regina experienced temporary outages, but some communities in southwest Saskatchewan didn't have power all night on Wednesday, including Gull Lake, Maple Creek, and Frontier. In the village of Climax, residents there experienced a 12-hour outage. Now we turn things over to Jeremy Dodge for our Saskatoon headlines. Good morning.
Good morning, Kayleen. Former principal of Legacy Christian Academy learned his fate at Court of King's Bench Thursday after being found guilty of assault earlier this year. Keenan Sorokon has more.
Duff Friesen will not be going to jail for assaulting a former student more than 20 years ago. Instead, he will serve a 6-month sentence in the community.
You know, the decision really affirms what former students of this school have said.
Friesen was convicted on one of 4 assault charges back in May, where the 68-year-old was accused of hitting students with a wooden paddle in 2003 and 2004. Friesen sat in court and listened to Justice Natasha Crooks read her decision for nearly 30 minutes, describing the offense as cruel, excessive, humiliating, and devastating, adding that discharging Friesen would be contrary to public interest. The trial stems from Friesen's time working at Christian Center Academy, which has changed names a couple of times, first as Legacy Christian Academy and now known as Valor Academy. All evidence in the trial is under a publication ban to protect a separate trial. Friesen was given a number of conditions, one of which prohibits Friesen from any employment or volunteering that involves being in a position of trust or authority for anyone under the age of 16.
That is the biggest drive and motivation in coming forward with all of this, is that these things are not repeated.
This isn't the end for Friesen's criminal matters. He is scheduled to be back here at Court of King's Bench for another jury trial in the fall. Keenan Sorokon, CTV News, Saskatoon.
A 45-year-old man has been charged by Saskatoon's hate crime unit. Saskatoon police say they received a complaint last year about a person making anti-Semitic comments online. Investigators were able to identify the person, searched a home, and seized digital evidence and a gun. He's now facing charges of public incitement of hatred and unsafe storage of a firearm. Kayleen, budget deliberations continuing for a 4th day at Regina City Hall yesterday.
That's right. Thanks, Jeremy. Council has approved bringing additional transit security next year at a cost. The motion, brought forward by Councillor Shannon Zakidniak, will see 8 transit security guards added to the fleet in 2026. Bus operators will also receive additional security training in order to not impact property taxes. Bus fares will be increasing 10%, as well as planned service enhancements will only be partially implemented.
Because these have been prioritized by not just staff, transit staff, residents, and also if we want to increase ridership, we need to have safe buses.
We've seen incidents on the bus increase year over year. We've had over 200 incidents of disruptive behavior on the bus last year, and this year we're at over 400.
In Saskatoon, a similar program has 14 security guards working in their transit system. And as part of that, city's budget talks earlier this month voted to add transit police in 2027. A Regina Police Service member has received a one-day suspension without pay for improperly accessing the RPS database 67 times over a 3-year period. According to a report being released by the Saskatchewan's Privacy Commissioner, Constable Clinton Duquette accessed the personal information of 6 people between October 2021 to June of 2024. The report goes on to say minimal steps were taken in containing the privacy breach and determined the penalties imposed on the constable were inadequate. RPS Chief Laura Lee Davies says she issued the suspension and says the decision was determined using the Police Act.
I have to rely on sort of case law precedents within the policing community, not just in Regina, but within the country in terms of what are similar punishments. So this was meant, I believe, to send a strong message to our organization and other organizations in the province that this type of conduct won't be condoned.
RPS say they take these types of matters very seriously and will review the recommendations in the report and will respond to the Office of the Privacy Commissioner within 30 days. Lower prices mean lobster sellers in Nova Scotia can barely keep them in the tank.
You know, certain sizes like 2 pound plus, we're running out quick. People like that. That's a common lobster, 2.5.
The shore price right now in Nova Scotia is about $8.50 a pound. In comparison, fishers were getting about $11.50 a pound early last season. Lobster prices are set by market competition, and the industry has been hurt this year by a seafood tariff from China. High winds in the forecast may keep boats tied up in the next few days. This may affect supplies closer to Christmas. And how's this for a unique Christmas gift? Montreal-based Azima Medical has developed pants equipped with airbags. It's a safety feature meant to prevent injuries during a fall. The company says its software is what sets these pants apart. It can tell when someone is actually falling as opposed to plopping down on a bed or a couch. So that begs the question, is that something Janella Pye wants for Christmas?
So the answer is yes. I feel like I could have used this a couple Mondays ago when I was leaving my house at 4 a.m. and
that's right.
Ate the cement below after.
It's not a bad creative gift this year.
I would say it's very useful, especially here in Saskatchewan coming up here, because we are going to be seeing more snow, more cool temperatures. Take your time. Anywhere you're going, driving, walking, it will be slippery. Let's take a look right now at that current temperature here in Regina, -12. Seeing those wind speeds very, very strong as well, about 50 kilometers per hour. And some snow is on the way. It's already starting to get a little bit snowy out there. And again, those wind speeds are going to be impacting the temperature. It's going to be a cool little Friday for us. And over to Saskatoon, -13. Those wind speeds are still quite high, but not as high as what we're seeing here in the Queen City. About 33 kilometers per hour. And again, expecting to see those flurries begin later on this morning and into the afternoon, which is what we will see here for our future cast. This is that snow system moving through the province. A lot of Saskatchewan will be seeing the snow coming our way. However, as we roll into the weekend, things are clearing up. We've got some cloud cover, but we aren't going to be seeing snow tomorrow. Now let's take a look over at those current temperatures across Saskatchewan. Stony Rapids -37, Buffalo Narrows -20, South End -23, Spiritwood -20, Melfort -17, and we've got Nipawin at -18. The Battlefords -15, Kindersley -5, Yorkton -19. We've got Swift Current at 2 degrees and East End at 0. Now let's talk about those wind gusts. We've been chatting about it here this morning, and it's not looking like these are going to slow down anytime soon here today. So as you can see here, as the day goes on, we'll be seeing anywhere from about 30 to nearly 50 kilometer per hour wind speeds. So that's more incentive to bundle up. These temperatures are going to feel much cooler with the wind. As for our highs today, the Battleford's minus 13, Prince Albert minus 18. We've got Yorkton at minus 9, Moose Jaw and Swift Current 1 degree, and Weyburn and Estevan 2. As you can see here, flurries across the province. That is something that majority of Saskatchewan can expect to see for today. Now let's take a look over at our 7-day forecast. Today 0 degrees, expecting to see those flurries. Here in Regina, we're seeing them start a little bit earlier. Over in Saskatoon, however, later on this morning is when they are expected to arrive. As we get into the weekend, minus 22 on Saturday and minus 11 on Sunday. Over to Saskatoon now, minus 11 today as that high, seeing those flurries start later this morning. Now starting tomorrow, those temperatures will be dropping, minus 24 as that high, and on Sunday minus 22. Now in Saskatoon, Monday, you can expect to see more flurries on the way. Not much. We are seeing that light snowfall warning, and minus 16 as the high. Let's take a look at our rural forecast for today. Meadow Lake seeing about minus 19, Lloydminster minus 16, Kindersley pretty breezy and seeing minus 4, Wynyard minus 13, Hudson Bay minus 17, expecting to see snowfall across the province. Leader is 0 degrees, Maple Creek 4. We've got Broadview minus 4 and Carlisle minus 3. Now let's take a look over at Hafford, where internet speeds up to 1 gig are available from SaskTel. Minus 15 as that high for today. Again, seeing those few flurries coming into the province here today later on this morning, and those wind speeds pretty high, going about northwest 15 to 40 kilometers per hour.
All right, let's go out one more time and catch up with Mike Siona again, who has a lot of money on the line this morning.
Yeah, we certainly do, Jeremy. That is the truth, because the Kinsman Club of Saskatoon, their Christmas edition 50-50 lottery is live right now. Today is Kin Cash Bonus Day, and we're talking about hourly draws, 12 separate $1,000 prizes. Oh, and by the way, if you slept in this morning, you missed the first one. I have right here in a time-sealed, folded piece of paper, the winner. And I apologize, I'm not sure if it's Sean or Shawnee Hancock from Delisle, but you just won $1,000. Boom. Just like that. And there's 11 more of those to go around here this morning. So it is absolutely bedlam down here, by the way, at 3 Hall Public House. We're not even open to the public until 7:30, but come down here for breakfast. It's going to be great. And all of this, not only does it support the Kinsman Club of Saskatoon, but it also supports the Ronald McDonald House of Saskatchewan, which is why Karen Lindsley is here. Karen, let's talk about what this money is going to mean for you guys provincially.
Oh, it's so huge. We're just thrilled to partner up with Kinsman on this. They're such incredible community partners. Not only they will contribute financially through this initiative, but they come to the house and they have cooked meals for the family. They're really invested in the mission. They understand it, and they know that it's going to help directly to help Saskatchewan families.
And we love that. Now, you said the house, and pretty soon we're going to be talking about the houses. Give us a quick rehash here of what the expansion plans are.
Yeah, we're thrilled. We're expanding our mission to build 2 new houses, a 20-room house in Regina and a 12-room house in Prince Albert. The construction's underway, so if you are in those locations, have a peek. We're excited to have those open in January of 2027. So it's just incredible to have such great community support, and we're thrilled to partner with Kinsman on this.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, it is the Kinsman Club of Saskatoon, but the cash works everywhere in the province. And as we know, the Ronald McDonald House of Saskatchewan is a provincial entity. So I don't care where you're watching us this morning in the province. Get online to kinsman5050lottery.com today. You've got 11 more chances to win $1,000 today. Then we've got the 12 days of Christmas giveaways. Oh, and the guaranteed total jackpot, $200,000 guaranteed. We're going to do better than that, and the winner will take half.
Hello there, Kara Wagland inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. And for it, we head to Buffalo, where the Sabres were hosting the Flyers. Rasmus Dahlin cutting towards the net. Drops it between the legs of Tage Thompson, who waits and then scores. Deli with a beautiful pass to find the wide open man. Thompson going to do the rest. He's now scored in 5 straight games, and Buffalo winning their 4th in a row. Big night in Buffalo. It is your must-see moment from Thursday. And coming up tonight on TSN, we got some college football playoffs for you. First round, Bama taking on Oklahoma. Kickoff for that one is set at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's all for now from SportsCenter. Have a great day.
In case you missed it, a sweet holiday tradition has returned in New York City.
I don't go for perfection in each piece. I try to create a scene. If you look at each individual house in Gingerbread Lane, you can probably find 20 things wrong with it. But when you put them together, the sum of all the parts, we go for a beautiful vista. And I think that's what people really like.
Gingerbread Lane is back. It's a massive wintry wonderland made up of cookies, candy, and frosting. The village includes 755 gingerbread structures, all baked and decorated by one man. His name is John Lovitch. He's currently holding that Guinness World Record for the largest gingerbread village. This is his 32nd season of making the village and 14th year it's been out on display in the city. One person makes all this.
Incredible. How time-consuming, though.
Yeah.
Very busy.
That's crazy. You know what? I haven't even gotten around this year to decorating one gingerbread house.
So true, though.
All right, let's get around to our question of the day. We're asking you something today that is very topical for Christmas. Janelle?
Yes, so today we are asking what you are asking from Santa for Christmas here this year. So you can text us at 10400, standard message and data rates may apply, or you can scan that QR code on your screen. We are very excited to hear. Jeremy, tell us again what you're hoping for.
I'm hoping for Foo Fighters tickets, big stadium show coming up next year, and Riders Grey Cup merch. I haven't bought any T-shirts or hats or anything yet since the Riders won, so I'm hoping I'm not too late on that.
Well, I'm sure the elves are furiously printing right now those Foo Fighter tickets.
Yes.
You can only hope.
I think you're right.
Text us your name and answer again. 10400, standard message rates may apply. We want to hear from you. We want to share some more answers at 8:15.
Prime Minister Mark Carney said late Thursday that Canada will enter into formal discussions with the United States in January when it comes to a review of the free trade agreement. A statement from the Prime Minister's office says Internal Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc will meet with his American counterparts to discuss the Canada-US-Mexico trade deal. The announcement came just hours after Carney met with provincial leaders to update them on the trade talks with the U.S. TikTok has reached a deal with a group of investors to form a new joint venture for its U.S. business. This, according to reports about an internal memo. The buyer group will include Oracle, private equity firm Silver Lake, and MGX, an investment firm based in Abu Dhabi. The deal, which TikTok expects to close in January, comes more than a year after Congress passed a law that forced its owner, ByteDance out of China, to divest from its U.S. operations or face a ban because TikTok was deemed a foreign adversary-controlled company. Those are your morning business headlines. For BNN Bloomberg, I'm Roger Peterson.
Who are you? I'm no one.
10 years ago this week, Star Wars: The Force Awakens hit theaters, breaking all kinds of box office records.
Finish what you started.
Fans had waited more than 30 years for this sequel to the original Star Wars trilogy, and advance sales crashed online ticket sites.
There were stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it.
The Force Awakens went on to make more than $2 billion in the worldwide box office, and it still sits at number 6 on the top 10 list of highest grossing movies of all time.
The dark side.
for your morning mystery. Play along at home, whiteboards ready. Today, we are told it is a thing. This garment started making an appearance in the 1950s. During the 1980s, it hit the mainstream thanks to pop culture and comedies with goofball dad characters like Chevy Chase's Clark Griswold and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And the first themed get-together celebrating it took place in Vancouver, British Columbia in 2002. Huh.
Okay.
I feel like I should know just based on the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Okay, I think I know the answer, but I don't know what it's called.
I might copy off of you if you know the answer.
Okay.
Because right now mine is a big old question mark.
What should I...
I think I know it.
Do you?
Really?
I don't know.
Maybe
Sometimes
I'm wrong.
I get these after and I go, oh, I should have known that. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, ready? Merry Christmas. That's my answer. I don't know what it is. Oh,
it's
a
the
neck
thing.
A neck wrap?
Neck wrap is not correct, but...
Okay, let's see. The answer is ugly Christmas sweater. Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I did Janelle and her neck wrap. Okay,
Neck wrap,
we'll get him in the new year, Janelle.
Studio consideration provided by Father's Furniture, specializing in quality Canadian-made furniture.
Okay, let's take a look at our school day forecast brought to you by CAA School Safety Patrol, working together to keep our school zone safe. In Regina, by the time you get onto the bus, -12. By the time lunchtime rolls around, 0 degrees, and by final bell, -8, starting to see that wind blow. Over in Saskatoon, by the time you get onto the bus, -13. By noon, -11, and about 3 p.m. final bell, -16. As we go to break, here's a look at today's gas prices in Regina. The common cost to fill up is $1.23.9. You can find regular fuel for as low as $1.029. And in Saskatoon, common cost is $1.10.9, with the lowest you might find being $1.059. Now to take a look at the farm markets, the street price of canola is $527.52 per ton, and the futures price is $587. Amber Durum wheat is $274.92 per ton, and red spring wheat is $235.77 per ton. And the Canadian dollar begins the day trading at 72.60 cents US. We will be right back after this break.
Welcome back to Your Morning Saskatchewan. It's 7:30 and here's what's making news. A new mobile mammography unit providing breast cancer screening to northern and rural communities across Saskatchewan is set to hit the road in the new year. The unit replaces the previous mammography bus, which had been in service for more than 20 years. Around $2 million was raised by the Cancer Foundation of Saskatchewan and the Kinsman Foundation to fund the new unit. It features upgrades, including a wheelchair lift and a new X-ray machine, which the Saskatchewan Health Authority says is more efficient and uses lower doses of radiation. The Saskatchewan Cancer Agency says it will play a role in the early detection.
The earlier we can detect cancer, the more treatments available and the better patient outcomes, because there are new treatments coming online for us to use all the time.
The new unit is expected to make its first stop in Estevan on January 5th. The suspect in the Brown University shooting has been found dead after a tip from the public helped police crack the case.
Law enforcement collectively believe that we have the person, that we identified the person, and that person is dead, and that he was the person responsible not only for the Brown shootings, but for the Brookline shooting.
Police say Claudio Neves Valenti was a former Brown student and Portuguese national. He was found dead Thursday from a self-inflicted gunshot wound inside a storage unit. Investigators believe Valenti is responsible for both the shooting at Brown and the killing of an MIT professor. Officials say that professor attended the same academic program as the suspect in Portugal between 1995 and 2000.
Thank the people of Providence for stepping up and coming together during an extraordinarily difficult time.
Police are crediting a person who had several encounters with the suspect for providing a crucial tip in this case. After police posted images of a person of interest, the witness recognized him and told police about the car he saw him driving. That enabled Providence police officers to tap into a network of more than 70 street cameras to gain more information. We also know the suspect entered the U.S. through the Diversity Lottery Immigrant Visa Program in 2017, and U.S. President Donald Trump is now suspending that green card lottery program. RCMP have arrested a man wanted following a crash that seriously injured a pedestrian north of Prince Albert. 34-year-old Jack Sanderson was arrested on Tuesday just before 1 a.m. on the Sturgeon Lake First Nation. He was wanted after a woman was struck by a vehicle while walking on the Little Red River First Nation last week. She was taken to hospital for serious injuries. RCMP say when arresting Sanderson this week on the Sturgeon Lake First Nation, he tried to evade police before driving into a ditch and hitting a fence. He is now facing a string of charges connected to both incidents. And a 17-year-old youth charged in connection with a quadruple homicide on Carry the Kettle in February appeared in court Thursday morning. The youth cannot be named, and he has been charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder in relation to the deaths of Tracy Hadamani, Sheldon Kwewazance, Shauna Fay, and Tracy Jack. The youth has also been charged with attempted murder of a 5th person involved in the February 5th incident. Court has now been adjourned for the accused until December 24th. We are now just hours away from a midnight deadline for the U.S. Justice Department to release its files on Jeffrey Epstein. CTV's Joy Malbin tells us that just ahead of that deadline, House Democrats released new photos from the convicted sex offender's estate.
A new batch of photos seem to focus on Jeffrey Epstein's sexual interests. He's seen with a marker surrounded by 3 women. Written on a woman's foot and other body parts are quotes from the novel Lolita about a man's sexual obsession with a 12-year-old girl. Another appears to show a text exchange discussing recruiting girls from Russia, asking for $1,000 per girl and saying someone will be good for Jay, along with heavily redacted foreign female passports. Thousands of pictures have been released from the Epstein estate without any context, timing, or location. Pictures of former President Bill Clinton, director Woody Allen, and in this new batch, philosopher Noam Chomsky on Epstein's plane, and Bill Gates with a woman in a hotel lobby. White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles told Vanity Fair President Donald Trump is in the Epstein files, but not doing anything awful. Democrats say the photos keep the pressure on the Trump administration, facing a deadline to make all the files public.
If we look at past behavior, I'm not sure that's going to happen. We may get a partial release. We may get highly redacted information that doesn't tell us much.
For the Epstein survivors who fought for the truth to come out, some don't trust the government.
There hasn't been any effort to reach out to survivors and let them know what's coming. Just yet another level of negligence.
By law, the Justice Department must release the files by midnight Friday, including documents in the criminal case against Epstein's accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, who's trying to overturn her conviction. Joy Malbin, CTV News, Washington.
A 14-year-old youth also made a court appearance in provincial court Thursday morning in connection with a swatting incident. Swatting is the practice of making a false report to police, which then results in either the emergency services teams or special weapons and tactics team to be deployed to a specific address. On September 19th, RPS received a call of a firearms-related incident in southwest Regina. The tactical support unit was dispatched only to find out there was no threat as initially reported to police. Nobody was seriously harmed in the incident. The youth is scheduled to appear in court January 14th. European Union leaders have struck a deal to give Ukraine a $90 billion euro loan.
The Commission had proposed 2 solutions, both legally sound, both technically feasible. On one hand, we proposed EU borrowing on the market, and on the other hand, we had developed the reparations loan.
This loan comes after they were unable to agree on using frozen Russian assets to support Ukraine. Belgium is where most of those Russian assets is being held, and they've refused to unlock that cash without assurances they'd be protected in case the Kremlin decided to sue. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says this support, quote, truly strengthens our resilience. Meanwhile, in an end-of-year address, Russian President Vladimir Putin accused Ukraine of refusing to end the conflict. Well, forget about the Grinch. Shoplifters dressed as Santa and his elves were captured on camera stealing groceries.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Police are investigating a group called Robins of the Alleys after $3,000 worth of food was stolen from a Montreal grocery store and left under a Christmas tree in a public square. The group claims the criminal act is a political call to action, denouncing grocery chains that profit off of inflation. There are weather warnings across the country this morning with active weather in all 10 provinces.
Well, this is a real humdinger when it comes to clippers.
This was the scene yesterday in Manitoba. Heavy snow, chilling wind, and a deep cold. Crews have been working around the clock to restore power and clear roadways in the province, but are asking for patience. Across the country, there are blizzard, rainfall, and even flash freeze warnings in place this morning as the storm moves into Ontario and Quebec. Janelle is in the weather center. She's going to be tracking everything we need to know here at home. Janelle, let's talk about Saskatchewan's temperatures.
Well, we are seeing a little bit of a cooler day today, very, very windy, and all of Saskatchewan is expecting to see some flurries at some point today, some earlier this morning, like Regina here, others later on in the morning and even into the afternoon. We'll get more into that coming up. Let's take a look right here in Regina, though. Minus 17, 12 actually, as that current temperature here, better than minus 17. We are expecting to see those flurries continue for about an hour more here until they wrap up. But again, those wind speeds are making it feel much cooler than it really is. We're at about 50 kilometers per hour here in the Queen City. Bundle up wherever you're headed out to today and over to Saskatoon, expecting to see those flurries start later on in the day. As you can see behind me, it's looking fairly clear out there. Minus 13 as at current temperature, starting to see those wind speeds pick up just a little bit at about 33 kilometers per hour. Now let's take a look at that future cast here, where you can see that system of snow moving through here today. So again, this is around noon to 12:30 here in Saskatchewan, where you'll see that system moving through. So majority of the province can expect to see some flurries at some point here today. Now for our current temperatures, Stony Rapids minus 38, Buffalo Narrows minus 20, along with Spiritwood, Melfort at minus 17, Hudson Bay minus 23, the Battleford's minus 15, Kindersley minus 5, Swift Current at 2 degrees, East End 0. We've got Estevan at minus 11, Weyburn minus 12, and Yorkton minus 19. Now let's talk about those wind gusts, because we are expecting to see those persist throughout the day. So as you can see here, we're anywhere between 20 to nearly 50 kilometer per hour wind speeds as the day goes on, which of course will impact those temperatures as well, making it feel much cooler. Now for our forecast here across the province, the Battleford seeing about minus 14, Prince Albert minus 18, Yorkton minus 9, Swift Current 2 degrees and expecting to see some snow showers on the way as well. Moose Jaw 1 degree, Weyburn and Estevan 2 degrees. Now let's look at that 5-day forecast for Regina. 0 as our high today, expecting to see those flurries continue here this morning. Again, about an hour until we'll see that wrap up, but snow is coming, so be careful on those roads out there. Now into Saturday, minus 22. This is where we start to see those temperatures drop a little bit, and on Sunday, minus 11. Now we'll start our new week on Monday at minus 7. Not a terrible start to the week, especially by mid-December, and on Tuesday, minus 14. Over to Saskatoon now, minus 11. Again, seeing those flurries come later on here as the day goes on. And we'll start the weekend with minus 24 and minus 22 on Sunday.
Wardrobe consideration by Colin O'Brien Man's Shop, defining contemporary style for over 20 years.
The amount of snow wasn't the only issue on Wednesday. Freezing rain and strong wind gusts caused power outages all across southern Saskatchewan. Several neighborhoods in Regina experienced temporary outages, but in some communities in the southwest corner of the province, they didn't have power all night on Wednesday. That includes Gull Lake, Maple Creek, and Frontier. In the village of Climax, residents there experienced a 12-hour outage.
It can definitely get cold for sure. Luckily, our furnace was on up until about 7, so our house stayed pretty warm. My mother-in-law's place, her power was completely out. That's why we went and got her, because it does get really cold really fast out here.
Thomas said her house's power was fully restored when she woke up yesterday morning at around 6 o'clock.
Heartland Senior Consulting launched July 1st of this year, so almost half a year in, we're hearing how things have been impacting the community. Shelley Sunholm is the owner and operator. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm excited to be here.
We're so excited to have you. It's been so long. Tell us a little bit about how things have been going since the launch.
Well, in a word, awesome. It's been an amazing 5+ months. I've worked with some wonderful families and their loved ones, helping them navigate the waters of senior living, because it's very apparent there is a need for that. It can be very daunting, and it's been great. I've absolutely loved every single second of it. It's been wonderful.
Amazing to hear. We're so glad to hear it. So this time of the year, family, loved ones are coming together. Do you have any tips for people on how they can navigate that?
I do. So in a lot of cases, they may not have seen their loved ones since summer or Thanksgiving or maybe even longer. And there's some things to look for, like, for example, is your loved one, have they lost weight? How is their hygiene? Is there food in the refrigerator? And if there is it expired? What kind of cleanliness is the house? You know, the state of the cleanliness. Those are the things to look for, because those are indications that maybe it's time to make a change. And I can't say enough that make the decision when it's your choice and not a crisis, right? Where you can choose a place and move on to senior living, as opposed to a crisis where you might lose that choice and not even end up in the city or town of your choice, right? That is, I can't stress that enough.
Absolutely. All right, and as we get into the new year, what is in store for Heartland?
What is in store? Well, continued growth. We're looking to have a greater presence in places like Moose Jaw and Yorkton, Estevan, Saskatoon. I have received calls, believe it or not, from the Northwest Territories, Quebec, and Vancouver. So I know that people are watching, and as I said, there is a need, and I'm looking forward to helping more people. You know, at the end of the day, it's a business, but the biggest thing is helping people live a better life, not just for the loved one, but for their families as well, knowing that their loved one is safe and healthy and well.
Absolutely, so important. So if somebody's maybe looking to connect with you, learn a little bit more information, where can they go?
Well, they can reach me out through their website, heartlandconsulting.ca, or my phone number. I've got Facebook presence. I'm pretty much available anytime. You know, as I said the last time I did this interview with you, this isn't a bank. I don't work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. I'm pretty much open for business whenever, because when you're dealing with people's lives, there is no time stamp on that, right?
That's right, Shelley. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing this important information with us. It was a pleasure to catch up with you again.
Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas and the best of the season on behalf of Heartland to all of your viewers.
Here's what's happening in our community. The Christmas bake sale is on Saturday, December 20th at 12 p.m. in Regina. The Lieutenant Governor's New Year's Day levy is on January 1st at 1 p.m. It's being held on the 4600 block of Dooney Avenue, and for more information, you can go to itgov.sk.ca. If you'd like your event shown here, you can send us an email at reginacommunity@bellmedia.ca with at least 2 weeks' notice.
tonight.
It's eerie to be in rooms that I know were responsible for stealing billions of dollars.
Inside the mind of a scammer using AI as the tool of choice.
They've been sold a dream, and they want that dream.
The shocking reasons why some con artists say they're forced to target and defraud Canadians. W5 investigates tonight on CTV National News and ctvnews.ca.
Today is our last show before the holidays, so here is our milestones until we're back on air December 29th. Happy birthday to Dwayne. This is coming with love from your family. And happy 24th birthday to Savannah. Love your family. Happy 40th birthday to Becky. Your family loves you and hopes you have a special day. Happy birthday to Cookham Mary. Lots of love from your grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Happy 65th birthday to Terry. Love your whole family. Happy early 47th birthday to Corey. Your family hopes you have a fabulous day celebrating you. And Taylin is turning 11 on Saturday. Happy birthday to you. Love your entire family. Happy 7th birthday to Graham. This is coming with love from your granny and your grandpa. Happy 6th birthday to TJ. Your family and friends hope you enjoy your special day. Happy early 18th birthday to Ruby. Your family hopes you have a wonderful day. Happy birthday to Ethan. Enjoy your special day. And happy birthday to Laura. Lots of love from Nathan, Sammy, the Honorable Ping, and of course all of us here at CTV Your Morning. Happy early 64th birthday to Caroline. Your family loves you and hopes you have a great day.
Milestones, brought to you in part by Hardin & House Chocolates, because tradition isn't just what you do, it's what you share.
If you have a milestone coming up, you can send us an email at yourmorningsaskatchewan@ctv.ca or simply scan the QR code on your screen. Please make sure to send them at least one day in advance.
All right, back over to the Pure Country 92.7 studios where we find Chase looking very festive. Good morning.
Good morning. We're looking festive. We're feeling festive, but we're also airing some grievances when it comes to Christmas. We want to hear today what your Grinch moment is over the holidays. What you just don't quite vibe with. It's okay. It's a safe space. You can text over 54321. Honestly, the one that keeps on coming up more and more today is Christmas music. I think anyone that's worked in retail before where you've had to like pull full shifts for an entire month listening to the same Christmas songs, if you can still like them after that, you are better than I. The good thing is we are continuing to bribe you too with those Christmas songs. Every time you hear one, you enter it online, purecountry927.ca, and that could win you some standing platinum passes for Country Thunder this year.
The strength of the ancestors is here. If you go to see Avatar Fire and Ash in IMAX this weekend, you'll get a bonus. A prologue for Christopher Nolan's new movie, The Odyssey, will screen before the sequel. The Odyssey, based on Homer's epic poem, stars Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, and Robert Pattinson. It's set to hit theaters July 17th. Disney is the parent company of ABC News.
I got a bad feeling about this.
But Harrison Ford probably has a good feeling about the fact that he'll be receiving a Lifetime Achievement Trophy next year at the Actors Awards, formerly known as the SAG Awards. The Actor Awards stream on Netflix March 1st. For Barack Obama, 2025 was one battle after another. That Leonardo DiCaprio film made the former president's list of his favorite movies of 2025, along with Jake Kelly and Sinners. His favorite music included songs by Lady Gaga and Bruce Springsteen, while one of his favorite books was, big surprise, his wife Michelle's The Look. And Flashdance star Jennifer Beals is 62 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Time for our sidebar. When in doubt, follow your nose, just like this dog. Curious canine able to sniff out these lost balls under the deck on their daily walk. Owner wasn't sure why they were stopping until they saw it for themselves. Ollie the Frenchie was obviously hinting that he wanted to play fetch instead of go for a walk. You want to play. You don't want to exercise all the time, right?
Play with the baby. Oh my goodness.
I recently was chatting with producer Nathan, who said that he got their dog just like 13 tennis balls for Christmas.
Oh,
and I just want to see that video of letting them all loose on Christmas morning.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. We want to hear from you for our question of the day of what you want for Christmas. Here's your reminder. We're going to be sharing some more answers in about 20 minutes. It's Friday, December 19th.
The United States wants to come back on that in those areas. We're always ready there.
Prime Minister Mark Carney says Canada is always ready to talk, but U.S. tariff relief likely won't come until there is a new North American trade deal.
I should better say we all share one clear goal, a just and lasting peace for Ukraine.
European leaders agreeing to a $90 billion euro loan after Ukraine, after debating whether to use frozen Russian assets.
We've seen 70 to 80 kilometer per hour gusts, so those are pretty substantial when you combine it with all the fresh snow.
And snow, wind, ice, and rain. We've seen some wild weather across Canada in the past few days. We'll recap that and have your latest Saskatchewan forecast just ahead. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. One final time before Christmas break. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Kayleen Sawatsky.
And I'm Janelle Lippai. Thank you so much for being back with us.
Yeah, so we are about to head off on Christmas break.
Yes.
We are off the air, everybody, from December 22nd through to December 26th, so we can enjoy Christmas with our families. Our good friend Daryl Rummold has already started his Christmas vacation. Well deserved. Can you believe we're already here, though?
The time has gone by so fast. The whole year really has flown by.
Yeah, but we are going to be back on December 29th, so we're not quite done sharing our 2025 with you. Let's get our attention over to news now. Prime Minister Mark Carney says Canada will enter into formal discussions with the U.S. in January to review their free trade agreement. A statement from the Prime Minister's office says Internal Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc will meet with his American counterparts to discuss the Canada-U.S.-Mexico trade deal. Carney has said he sees, quote, tremendous benefits for Canada and the U.S. if they work cooperatively in key economic sectors. The statement was released after the Prime Minister held his first meeting with premiers since signing an energy deal with Alberta, which could pave the way to a possible pipeline. Southern Saskatchewan woke up to a winter wonderland yesterday as an Alberta clipper blasted its way through the province overnight on Wednesday. And while the commute to work was the biggest concern for Regina residents, for others in the southwest corner of the province, it was just getting the power back. Jacob Carr has more on the aftermath.
The snowblowers were out in the Queen City on Thursday after a storm system passed through parts of Saskatchewan on Wednesday. The blizzard conditions and powerful winds even left many in rural communities like Climax without power throughout the night.
It can definitely get cold for sure. Luckily, our furnace was on up until about 7, so our house stayed pretty warm. My mother-in-law's place, her power was completely out. That's why we went and got her, because it does get really cold really fast out here.
Thomas said her power was restored when she woke up on Thursday morning at around 6. Sask Power officials told CTV News that in communities like Climax, the high winds, blowing snow, poor visibility, and impassable road conditions forced many workers to wait until morning to make repairs.
The conditions just weren't safe for our crews to work in to get power restored. And so a lot of them had to, stand down and wait until the conditions had improved, which is why we were out around 4 o'clock this morning to start getting to work.
The winter storm also included freezing rain in the south and made highway travel in some areas of the province hazardous. Saskatchewan RCMP received 82 reports of collisions and 25 weather-related reports from late Wednesday afternoon to early Thursday morning. That included a fatal collision near Broadview on Wednesday afternoon.
That collision occurred at the intersection of Highway 1 and Highway 201. It involved 3 semis. The driver of one of those semis was pronounced deceased at the scene. There were injuries. We're working to gather some details.
Grasser went on to say that this is just the beginning of Saskatchewan winter weather and that motorists should be prepared to postpone or cancel plans if travel is not recommended on highways. Jacob Carr, CTV News, Regina.
And further north, Prince Albert, well, the city experienced some high winds. No significant snow fell. Environment Canada says Saskatoon got between 7 to 13 centimeters of snow. So the shoveling continues with plows and graders hitting city streets. The wind was the real star of the storm, blowing the snow and creating a messy situation on those roads. And speaking of Saskatoon, let's turn things over to Jeremy Dodge now for more of those Saskatoon headlines. Good morning.
Good morning, Kayleen. A former principal of Legacy Christian Academy learned he will not spend time behind bars after being found guilty of a historical assault earlier this year. Duff Friesen was sentenced to 6 months to be served in the community at Court of King's Bench Thursday morning. He was convicted of 1 count of assault with a weapon, but not 3 others earlier this year. Friesen is accused of hitting students with a wooden paddle between 2003 and 2004 while working at Christian Center Academy, a school that was later renamed Legacy Christian Academy and is now known as Valor Academy. Due to a publication ban, the evidence in the trial cannot be reported, but students outside court were pleased the judge imposed that 6-month sentence.
You know, the decision really affirms what former students of this school have said, and the judge's decision, you know, we're really happy that it, you know, has been taken serious by the justice system.
Friesen will be back in court for another trial next September. A 45-year-old man has been charged by Saskatoon's hate crime unit. Saskatoon police say they received a complaint last year about a person making anti-Semitic comments online. Investigators were able to identify the person, searched a home, seized digital evidence and a gun. He's now facing charges of public incitement of hatred and unsafe storage of a firearm. Okay, Lean city budget discussions continuing for a 4th straight day in Regina yesterday.
That's right, Jeremy. As Donovan Mace tells us, one thing has been approved for next year, plans to increase security on city buses.
Additional security is coming to Regina City Transit in 2026.
So this is the way that we can make sure that we are not costing people more money and that we are still increasing service.
Councillor Zakiniak bringing forward the plan which aims to bring 8 security guards into the public transit system, to staff to support them, and give bus drivers additional security training.
So if we want to increase ridership, we need to have safe buses.
City administration says the number of incidents on city buses is increasing significantly.
We've seen incidents on the bus increase year over year. We've had over 200 incidents of disruptive behavior on the bus last year, and this year we're at over 400.
But more security comes at a cost. Bus fares will go up 10% next year, and the city will not be hiring additional operators to handle overtime strain, increase the size of its fleet, or expand service.
The number one thing I've heard from advocates and people of all ages and disabilities is that increased hours is what they require.
And after approving a record police budget earlier this week, some councillors are asking why Regina Police can't do the job.
Do we really believe that adding several security officers on our buses infrequently will sort of address the safety risk?
We did the pricing with them, and the pricing was almost double the cost of what we're proposing here today.
Budget deliberations are scheduled to continue Friday. Donovan May, CTV News, Regina.
A Regina Police Service member has received a 1-day suspension without pay for improperly accessing the RPS database 67 times over a 3-year period. According to a report released by the Saskatchewan's Privacy Commissioner, Constable Clinton Duquette accessed the personal information of 6 people between October 2021 to June of 2024. The report goes on to say minimal steps were taken in containing the privacy breach and determined the penalties imposed on the constable control were inadequate. RPS Chief Laura Lee Davies says she's issued the suspension and says the decision was determined using the Police Act.
I have to rely on sort of case law precedents within the policing community, not just in Regina, but within the country in terms of what are similar punishments. So this was meant, I believe, to send a strong message to our organization and other organizations in the province that this type of conduct won't be condoned.
RPS say they take these matters very seriously and will review the recommendations in the report and will respond to the Office of the Privacy Commissioner within 30 days. There are weather warnings across the country today with active weather in all 10 provinces.
Well, this is a real humdinger when it comes to clippers.
This was the scene yesterday in Manitoba. Heavy snow, chilling wind, and a deep cold. Crews have been working around the clock to restore power and clear roadways in the province, but are asking for patience. Across the country, there are blizzard, rainfall, and even flash freeze warnings in place this morning as the storm moves into Ontario and Quebec. Janelle is going to be telling us some more in just a little bit about what we can expect here in Saskatchewan. A mesmerizing scene in Iran as heavy rainfall transformed a coastline into a sea of red earlier this week. Rainfall on Hormuz Island briefly transformed the coastline of its famed red beach. Runoff flowing over the shore turned the water deep shades of red. The beach is known for its vivid red sand and cliffs created by high concentrations of iron oxide. The phenomenon regularly attracts tourists, photographers, and social media attention. All right, we have Janelle Lapie standing by in our weather center this morning. What are we expecting for Christmas?
Well, we are seeing decently nice temperatures for Christmas here this year. Again, not seeing a ton of snow going into next week, but today some flurries on the way. We'll get more into that coming up, but let's take a look at that current temperature right here in Regina. -11. Again, we have been seeing the snow coming down for a little while now, and those wind gusts are quite strong at about 50 kilometers per hour, which will of course make that temperature feel much cooler. So make sure you're dressing warm today. Over to Saskatoon, -13. Seeing that snow slowly coming in. Now, Regina saw that snow much earlier. However, Saskatoon will be seeing it later on in the morning and into the afternoon. Again, those wind gusts are getting stronger, about 19 kilometers per hour. Let's take a look over at our futurecast. Now, this is where you can see that snow system moving through the province. This is about 1 o'clock this afternoon. So again, you will be seeing some snow for majority of Saskatchewan here as the day goes on, which will cause some icy roads. Make sure you're following Highway Hotline. I know that there are quite a few highways here where travel is not recommended, so make sure you're following that and just staying safe on those roads. Over to current temperatures throughout the province. Stony Rapids at -38, Buffalo Narrows -20, South End -23, Spiritwood -20 as well, Melfort -17, and Hudson Bay -22. Kindersley -6, the Battlefords -15, Swift Current at 1 degree. We've got Weyburn at -12, Estevan at -11, and Yorkton -19. Now, here's a look at the wind gusts for today. Now, this is through this morning and into the afternoon. You can see a pretty steady increase of speed here. So majority of Saskatchewan will be seeing those wind speeds anywhere from 25 to almost 50 kilometer per hour winds. So keep that in mind today. It's going to be quite blustery out. That could affect visibility on those highways as well. For highs today, Prince Albert -18, the Battlefords -14, Swift Current 2 degrees, and expecting to see some snow showers on the way as well. Weyburn 2 degrees along with Estevan and Yorkton -9. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast right here in Regina. 0 degrees as our high for today. And again, seeing those flurries coming in here this morning. Now we get through the weekend with some cooler temperatures, -22 tomorrow and -11 on Sunday. As we roll into next week, we'll start to see things lighten up just a little bit. We'll be kicking off the week with -7. And over to Saskatoon, -11 today as that high, seeing those flurries start later on this morning and into the afternoon. We'll go into the weekend with -24 on Saturday and -22 on Sunday. And Monday, if you have any travel plans, be cautious. Flurries are to come once again, -16 as the high.
On On this day in history, December 19th, 1975, Bertha Wilson became the first woman appointed to the Ontario Court of Appeal. December 19th, 2012, Chris Hadfield blasted off to become the first Canadian commander of the International Space Station. And December 19th, 2003, an Ontario court ruled Ottawa discriminated against same-sex couples by denying benefits to people whose partners died before 1998.
In case you missed it, paleontologists in Egypt have uncovered the earliest known crocodiles. Newly discovered reptiles lived about 80 million years ago. Scientists say this discovery is helping with the understanding of crocodile evolution and are filling a gap in the fossil record of North Africa. The fossils include 2 partial skulls and 2 snout tips.
Ooh, cool. Okay. Both of us at the same time going, ooh, crocodiles.
That was nice in unison. Brilliant.
No, this is really cool, though, and I do have a special interest in fossils, so yes, this is really neat. I like
It's very
this one.
cool. I love this stuff, too.
All right, let's get on over to our question of the day now. We're asking you, very topical for Christmas, what are you asking Santa for this year? We only had a few answers on our text line. I think a lot of people are starting their Christmas break already and they're tired, they're sleeping in. That's okay. That's where we would be as well if we weren't working today. Let's bring up those answers on those big boards, though. We had Donna saying what I'm asking for is love and understanding, health and well-being for all.
Yeah.
And, of course, for Daryl to get some more dad jokes.
Oh, no, he has enough.
I think you're right. I think you're right, Jeremy. Donna also asking for Saskatchewan rider tree skirt. We also had Kristen saying she wants better weather. Can we order that for Kristen?
I would love to be able to do that for you, Kristen. Unfortunately, I might not have the power, but if I did, I would do that for you.
Also saying Ferrero Rochers in the stocking. Do you have a certain candy or chocolate that you always just love around Christmas, that you want in your stocking every year?
I am with her. I love a Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah, I like those Lindor chocolates every year.
Yeah.
Allison saying I would like Santa to bring me a ticket for Cuba. I think I cut off that A. Not a ticket for a cub, a ticket for Cuba. I think we all want to go somewhere hot with that snow this morning.
Right.
All right, thank you so much to everybody who answered today's question of the day. We hope Santa brings you everything you ask for.
A new mobile mammogram unit is hitting the road in Saskatchewan, bringing breast cancer screening to women in northern and rural communities. CTV's Stacey Hine has more on how it's helping with early detection.
A new mobile mammography unit will soon hit the road, replacing the bus that served communities for more than 20 years. Upgrades include a wheelchair lift and a new mammography, a specialized X-ray that scans for breast cancer, which the Saskatchewan Health Authority says is faster and uses lower doses of radiation.
It's a very modern device, and it's the same as we have at our on-site locations in Saskatoon and Regina and our regional hospitals that we use for screening.
More than $2 million was raised by the Cancer Foundation of Saskatchewan and the Kidsman Foundation to fund the unit, which will help with early detection.
The earlier we can detect cancer, the more treatments available and the better patient outcomes, because there are new treatments coming online for us to use all the time.
The Saskatchewan Cancer Agency says about 75% of breast cancers found through the Breast Check program are detected early. The mobile unit performs about 1/3 of mammograms in the province, screening roughly 7,800 patients in northern and rural communities each year.
I think it's a pretty significant step forward in terms of improving access for Saskatchewan women to screening mammograms right across the province.
Currently, the unit visits 42 communities once every 2 years, but a second mobile unit expected later in 2026 will let communities be screened annually.
When we introduce the second mobile unit, which is super exciting to us, we're almost going to double the capacity.
For now, this unit is scheduled to make its first stop in Estevan on January 5th. Stacey Hine, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Health Report, brought to you in part by Saskatchewan Blue Cross, protecting your health since 1946.
Regina's public and Catholic schools have partnered with Regina Minor Football to launch a football academy in the Queen City. Lieutenant Antonini is with Regina Minor Football and in studio with us this morning. I know you love football. I know you got a passion for it on all levels. Why bring your passion to this project?
Actually, someone approached us and said that we would, they were interested in starting an academy, and they talked to us about it. So our board, which do a lot of things right, told me to contact the Public and Separate School Board, who we're already good partners with. And they're two great organizations. So we contacted the Public and Separate School Board, told them that, we might be interested in starting an academy. And I was surprised. We sat down with them, and they were very open to it. And it went very well with it. And we've had a couple meetings since, and now we've started a committee, and it's going forward.
We've seen this in hockey before at very successful rates in different communities. How is it going to work in football?
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Like, they have the golden ticket at O'Neill, and they have Martin Collegiate, they have hockey and baseball there. So the school boards have, are the experts at it. Our expertise will be football. So, but it'll be, they'll go to their regular school in the first semester and play football for their team. In the second semester, they'll come to our facility, either at Regina Minor Football or someplace where we can work out and that type of thing. We have classrooms and that. They'll take 3 classes in the morning, and then they'll go back to their school in the afternoon. So it's about education, and keeping kids in school. People love football. They love football, and we're just combining the two.
What's the reaction been like to your office over the last?
Well, it's funny because the first, we haven't even mentioned a price or anything like that, but we put it out to the public and just ask for what kind of interest we had. We had, I think it was 177 hits within 24 hours and over 300 within 60 hours. So, we haven't mentioned what the price is going to be, but, it'll be similar to the hockey and the baseball here in town, because it's the school boards that are running it. Basically, Regina Minor Football is sort of a liaison between the two school boards.
I know you love
this together.
I know you love the game. Why do you love the game so much, and why do you want to share it with the next generation?
Well, you know what? I've been involved since I was 8 years old, and I think everything that, a lot of things that I have, and, my commitment to I guess life, I try to be disciplined, try to have good relationships and committed and that type of stuff. And I was taught that in football, as a 8-year-old playing football right up through the high school and the Rams and that. The Rams taught us lots, and I coached, and it's just Saskatchewan is football. That's just the way life is here.
From a football perspective, Len, what are some of the things that people are going to learn?
Well, there is a curriculum, football 100, 200, and 300, so in Saskatchewan, so I think it's unique to Saskatchewan. But we're also going to, get the kids to take their NCCP for coaching, so they'll all have their level 1 in coaching. We're also going to do the officiating. We're going to get the officials to come in and give them their, level 1 in officiating, so they'll actually be able to officiate minor football games. And that's something that we really want to work on, our coaches and officials, because they're hard to recruit and they're hard to keep.
How do people get signed up? You have 174 expressions so far, whatever it is. Maybe there's more now.
Talk to your football coach at your school. Talk to your principal at your school. They have the information. It's through the school boards that they're going to have to register through the school board. And
how soon can we see this in action?
So in 2026, the first semester, they'll go to their school. Okay. 2027, they'll come to the Regina Football Academy.
Saskatchewan loves football just as much as Len, so you can get yourself signed up and get in on the football action. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
All right, let's head back out to Mike Siona one more time, where he's giving away some money all morning long.
Well, here we are one more time this morning at 3 Hall Public House with Karen Lindsley of Ronald McDonald House of Saskatchewan and Tony Meyer, the president of the Kinsman Club of Saskatoon. And we are giving away cash. 2 chances down, 10 more to go. This morning, you've got until 9 a.m. to get in for the third $1,000 draw of 12, part of the Kin Cash bonus money. Tony, let's talk about this 50-50 and what it's going to support.
Very proud to partner with the Ronald McDonald House of Saskatoon. Great organization.
organization doing great work for people that really need it. Guaranteed jackpot, $200,000, big payout, and it goes to a great cause.
No doubt. And right in the nick of time as well, as we're looking here at this time of year, right before Christmas. And I know at the house and soon to be houses, it's just a hub of activity, and the need is so real.
You bet. We're actually full right now, so it's not a time that you want to be full. You never want to be full at Ronald McDonald House, and so unfortunately, we were full last night with 34 families staying there, and we just do our best during the holiday season to ensure that families have good food, they feel safe, and we make things a little bit lighter during this holiday season.
No doubt about it. And obviously it's a year-round initiative, and we were talking about the expansion plans a little bit earlier if somebody's just tuning in now. We are going province-wide here. It's the Ronald McDonald House of Saskatchewan.
You got it. Yeah, we're super thrilled to be building a 20-room house in Regina and a 12-room house in Prince Albert. So 3 houses and a family room, and we're just thrilled to be able to support more families across Saskatchewan.
No doubt about it. Tony, you said $200,000 a guaranteed jackpot, but if we sell more tickets, we're giving away more money?
Oh yeah, the only way we can go is up.
I love that. Come on down, check them out here at 3 Hall Public House. Breakfast is served, as they say, and we've got a tremendous cash giveaway day all day. Get in today, and then you're in for the 12 days of Christmas, and of course you're in for that jackpot and all of the other draws. Yeah, Kinsman 5050lottery.com is the website.
Welcome back to Your Morning Saskatchewan. It's just after 8:30, and here's what's making news. The suspect in the Brown University shooting that killed 2 people last weekend has been found dead.
Enforcement collectively believe that we have the person, that we identified the person, and that person is dead, and that he was the person responsible not only for the Brown shootings, but for the Brookline shooting.
48-year-old Claudio Valenti, a Portuguese national, was found dead inside a New Hampshire storage facility from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Authorities tracked down a car that led them to the suspect. Investigators believe Valenti is responsible for both the shooting at Brown University and the killing of an MIT professor 2 days later. European Union leaders have agreed on a massive interest-free loan to Ukraine to help it meet its military and economic needs for the next 2 years.
Today, we approved a decision to provide 90 billion euros to Ukraine for the next 2 years.
If Europe had walked away today without an agreement, we would not only have failed Ukraine, we would have failed ourselves. This is a brutal war. It's a war on our own continent. A democratic nation is fighting for its survival, and the security architecture of Europe is at stake here.
That decision was opposed by Hungary, Slovakia, and the Czech Republic, but a compromise was eventually reached that saw the 3 countries not block the package in exchange for protection from any financial fallout. The EU failed, however, to reach an agreement that would have allowed them to use seized Russian assets to raise the funds. Russian President Vladimir Putin holding his annual end-of-year news conference, saying he wants to work with Europe.
Вы понимаете, я думаю, что и те говорят, те, кто говорит о войне с Россией.
Speaking at a highly choreographed news conference, Putin said Russian troops were making advances in Ukraine and voiced confidence that the Kremlin would achieve its goals if Kyiv doesn't agree to Russia's conditions in peace talks. Putin also warned the European Union against using seized Russian assets to help fund Ukraine. A 17-year-old youth charged in connection with a quadruple homicide on Carry the Kettle in February appeared in court Thursday morning. The youth, who cannot be named, has been charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder in relation to the deaths of Tracy Hodamani, Sheldon Quaywazance, Shauna Faye, and Tracy Jack. The youth has also been charged with attempted murder of a 5th person involved in the February 5th incident. Court has been adjourned for the accused until December 24th. And a 14-year-old youth also made a court appearance in Provincial court yesterday in connection with a swatting incident. Swatting is the practice of making a false report to police, which then results in either the emergency services teams or the special weapons and tactics team to be deployed to a specific address. On September 19th, RPS received a call of a firearms-related incident in southwest Regina. The tactical support unit was dispatched only to find out there was no threat as initially reported. Nobody was seriously harmed in the incident. The youth is scheduled to appear in court on January 14th. RCMP have arrested a man wanted following a crash that seriously injured a pedestrian north of Prince Albert. 34-year-old Jack Sanderson was arrested on Tuesday just before 1 a.m. on the Sturgeon Lake First Nation. He was wanted after a woman was struck by a vehicle while walking on the Little Red River First Nation last week. She was taken to hospital for serious injuries. RCMP say when arresting Sanderson this week on the Sturgeon Lake First Nation, he tried to evade police before driving into a ditch and hitting a fence. He is now facing a string of charges connected to both incidents. A W5 investigation has found Canadians are being aggressively targeted by fake AI-generated videos to invest in cryptocurrency scams. As CTV's Pat Foran tells us in a special W5 report, by the time some investors realize it's a scam, they've already lost their entire life savings.
How did you feel when they said you're going to have to sell your house to get your money back?
Heartbroken. I was broken into pieces.
A woman we'll call Denise of Markham, Ontario, asked us not to reveal her identity as she is devastated and embarrassed to have lost her life savings in a cryptocurrency scam. In July of 2023, she was on Facebook when she saw a story featuring billionaire Elon Musk saying she could get rich fast.
Millions of users were able to close all their debts in the first week on the platform.
It said that you just have to invest $250 and you get on his platform and you're going to make money daily.
Denise sent $250 to what she thought was Musk's platform. 2 days later, she received what she was told was $30 US in profit. Convinced it wasn't a scam, she was told if she invested more, she would make more.
And they keep calling me and tell me that people are making so much money and that if you put more, and I said, okay.
Denise decided to go all in and took out a second mortgage on her home.
I applied for almost $1 million on the equity in my home. I took it out and I started sending it to them, right? Like $350,000, $350,000.
After investing $1.2 million, she thought it had grown to over $3 million. But when she tried to take money out, she was told she needed to pay taxes and fees. She borrowed another $500,000 from family and friends and maxed out credit cards. In the end, she was scammed out of $1.7 million.
I don't have no retirement saving. Everything is gone.
There are fake AI-generated cryptocurrency videos featuring former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
We have developed an investment platform.
And current Prime Minister Mark Carney.
Make your initial deposit.
You could invest in it for as little as $250.
Donald Hanrahan of Charlottetown PEI was online when he saw a story about investing in cryptocurrencies promoted by Dragon's Den. The show currently has a warning online saying it was targeted by a number of fake advertisements on Facebook. Hanrahan started investing with small amounts, but eventually put in everything he had.
I was getting at one point about 10,000 Canadian per day, okay? And it eventually, it added up to $600,000.
When Hanrahan tried to remove his funds, he couldn't and realized he'd been scammed out of the entire amount.
I was, scammed by professional people. That doesn't give you much consolation when you've lost all that money.
According to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre, Canadians lost $1.2 billion to investment scams over the past 3 years. That's only what's been reported, so it's expected it's much higher. Most involve cryptocurrencies and fake AI-generated videos.
It's really hard to know what's real now because this technology is so sophisticated now that it's really nearly impossible to know what is real and what is fake in some cases.
Is it going to get better? Is it going to get worse?
Oh, it's going to get worse.
Tomorrow, we speak with a crypto investigator who says many of the scams targeting Canadians are coming from Southeast Asia, and there is a shocking reason why the scammers may have no choice but to break the law. Pat Foran, CTV News, Toronto.
Mexico has switched on the lights in its main square. Here's a look at those Christmas lights. Hundreds of people came out for the formal lighting. The displays include lit up flowers, colorful piñatas, a giant light up tunnel. How beautiful is this?
Look at those beautiful lights.
Yeah, you know, we did light the lights just a few weeks ago with the city of Regina. Also just as beautiful. I just love seeing all the Christmas lights, though. And the Christmas lights look even better when it's reflecting on the snow in the dark.
Yes.
You know, you really get those Christmas feels. And we have to talk about the Christmas weather as well.
That's right. Well, we aren't seeing a ton of snow in the forecast for the coming week, but for today across Saskatchewan, we do have some snow on the way. Now let's take a look at Regina here, who we saw that snow much earlier here this morning. Saskatoon, however, seeing it later in the day. We'll get more into that coming up. But currently over the Queen City, -10 as that current temperature. Seeing those winds kind of come down a little bit. We're at 44 kilometers per hour, so still quite strong, still impacting those temperatures. But now let's take a look over at Saskatoon, -13, 22 kilometer per hour wind, so significantly lower than what we're seeing here in Regina. But again, it's making those temperatures feel a little bit cooler, so bundle up here today. Now, at our futurecast here, you can see that snow system moving through the province. This is what we'll be seeing as the day goes on here. So snow is on the way. If you do have some holiday plans, some traveling to do, make sure you're following Highway Hotline and keeping up to date with that, because those highways could be a little bit slippery. Now let's look at those current temperatures. Stony Rapids -38, Buffalo Narrows -20, South End -23, Melfort -17, Hudson Bay -22, Kindersley -9, the Battlefords -15, Swift Current and Assiniboia at 0 degrees, Weyburn -12, Yorkton -18. Now here's a good look at the wind gusts that we'll be seeing today. So as the day goes on, as we get more into the afternoon, we'll see a pretty steady increase for wind speeds here. So this is about 2 p.m. Again, we're starting to see close to 50 kilometer per hour winds across majority of Saskatchewan. So again, bundle up. Those winds are strong, and of course it is making that temperature feel quite cold. Now for highs today across the province, as you can see, quite a bit of snow expected for majority of Saskatchewan. Prince Albert -18, the Battlefords -14, Swift Current 2 degrees and expecting snow showers. So be very careful there. Ice is expected. Over to Weyburn 2 degrees along with Estevan and Yorkton -9. Now let's look at our 5-day forecast here in Regina. 0 as our high for today, but again, seeing that snowfall here this morning. Now as we get into the weekend, -22, so we are starting to see those temperatures drop. On Sunday, -11, and on Monday, we're starting a brand new week. Not bad temperatures though, -7 is that high. Over to Saskatoon, -11 is that high for today. Flurries on the way later on in the morning. We'll roll through the weekend, and on Monday, expecting more flurries and -16 as that high.
Studio decorating provided by Urban Farm Girl Boutique and Home Decor.
The Lyft ride-sharing service is coming soon to both Regina and Saskatoon. Here to tell us what Lyft is, how it differs from other services, and how the app works is tech expert Mark Saltzman. Good morning.
Good morning, Kayleen. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you. I love your festive sweater.
Oh, thank you so much. Let's dive right in. Before we talk about Lyft launching here, tell us about the rideshare service itself.
Sure. So Lyft debuted in 2012 and quickly became a global rideshare platform, a global mobility platform across 6 continents, thousands of cities, and they expanded into Canada in 2017 to many of our larger markets like Toronto, Montreal, Quebec City, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Ottawa, and so on. And last week, on Wednesday, they also launched in Halifax, which is exciting. We'll talk more about Saskatchewan in a moment, but the company Lyft is making a big investment in Canada also with a new office opening in downtown Toronto in 2026. So that's always great to see when there's investment in the Great White North.
Absolutely exciting things are happening. How would you say Lyft compares to other rideshare services?
Yeah, Great question. So I would say that they're very much a community-driven platform. So, excuse me, it's not just about the experience for the riders and the drivers, but the communities that they serve. So, for example, they have an initiative called Round Up and Donate, where riders can round up their rides to the next dollar and donate to organizations like Canadian Red Cross and Food Banks Canada, the YMCA. This initiative has raised over $42 million globally, which is great to see. It's optional, of course, if you want to round up, but it's a nice thing to do. Lyft has also partnered with King's Trust Canada to provide free ride credits and transportation support to Canadian youth facing barriers to entering the job market. So essentially, this partnership at kingstrust.ca, which you can look into with Lyft, will give free or at least heavily discounted rides for those going for job interviews, which I really like. And then one last thing, Kayleen, is that Lyft is really aggressively priced. So I would encourage your viewers, if they haven't already, when it is coming to Saskatchewan, which we'll get to download the app and see for themselves. Because when you type in the destination, you'll often find it really surprisingly, low, and you're going to want to use the service. That's been my experience. I've been using it since it started in the States in 2012.
All right, we only have about 30 seconds left, Mark, but tell us about the company's expansion into Saskatchewan and walk us through how the app actually works.
Sure. So the big news is that Lyft is coming to the province, to Saskatoon and Regina very soon. So keep your eyes out for that. The Lyft service, again, is LYFT. And then the app experience is really straightforward. You type in first, when you set up your account, you add your payment details like a credit card and your address. And then going forward, you choose from different tiers of rides, right? There's a regular standard ride. There's Lyft XL if you need a larger vehicle, like a family going to the airport this time of year. There's Lyft Black, which is more of a premium experience. There's Lyft Green if you want a hybrid or a full electric vehicle. Lots of different options. You can even wait and save, as it's called, to save even more. So I know that folks in Saskatchewan who haven't experienced Lyft outside of the province will love it when it debuts there. Again, it's Lyft.com, LYFT.
All right, thank you so much. Once again, that was our tech expert, Mark Saltzman, on some exciting news. Lyft coming to Saskatchewan.
She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt.
I'd have it, but I keep coming back like a revolving door. Said I want you less, but I just want you more. So I keep coming back.
Tonight.
It's eerie to be in rooms that I know were responsible for stealing billions of dollars.
Inside the mind of a scammer using AI as the tool of choice.
They've been sold a dream, and they want that dream.
The shocking reasons why some con artists say they're forced to target and defraud Canadians. W5 investigates tonight on CTV National News and ctvnews.ca.
From Pure Country Mornings back again to count down to this week's top 5. Starting off, we have tickets to give away to see him in Saskatoon. Hardy is number 5 with Favorite Country Song.
My favorite country song.
Josh Ross, number 1 last week, falling all the way down to 4 with Hate How You Look.
Hate how you look, moving on.
Morgan Wallen stays put at number 3 with I Got Better.
I got better since you got gone.
Tucker Whitmore, your runner-up this week, 3-2-1, up 2 spots to number 2.
3, 2, 1.
And it is his 6th number 1. Riley Green, along with Ella Langley, Don't Mind If I Do, is this week's top song.
And I don't mind if I do.
Thanks for counting down this week's Top 5 with us. Catch all of these and the rest of your favorites with Pure Country 92.7, always found with the free iHeartRadio app.
All right, time for our sidebar. And what would you say if your taxi pulled up and this guy was behind the wheel? Jefferson Castro decorating his taxi to look like a sleigh, plastic reindeer, lights. Looks like he's headed to the Pink Pony Club. And he's dressed as the Grinch, of course. He says he's just trying to spread holiday spirit around Lima. Much better than going around the city to steal all their presents and decorations and everything and then pushing it off the side of a mountain. So I guess this Grinch, his heart has already grown 3 sizes.
So let's say you're in a rush. You have ordered your rideshare service. You're like, okay, I really got to get going. And this guy pulls up. Do you say, hey, this is fun? Or are you just like, I do not have time for this right now?
This is fun. I like this. That's what I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in a rush, you're not going to wait for the next one anyway, right?
And I'm sure people are going to be like waving and the guy's going to be slowing down. It's like a fun tourist attraction. It's not the one you want to get. All right, moving on. Caroling, a beloved holiday tradition until this happens.
Tis the season to be jolly. Want to stay for dinner?
You joke, but they're going to follow you all day.
What? Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
This woman's son hired carolers to follow her around all day from her office to the drive-thru, even the grocery store. They didn't leave her alone for a moment and even stayed for dinner. I do have to admit, I have looked into the cost of hiring singers to follow Daryl around all day.
Yes, I was
astronomical. It's so much more expensive than you would think.
Why did she let them in her car?
In the home, kick them out.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's kind of fun, though.
It's fun. You get some good company.
Festive. Yeah, I just want to know how much the son paid for that, though. Yeah. All right. What do you have, Janelle?
Well, these sisters coming up are polar opposites when it comes to dressing for the holidays.
I'm ready for Christmas. I'm so ready for Christmas.
Mom told them to come in their holiday best. Sister 1 chose a nice knit shirt and skirt, while Sister 2 chose to be a Christmas tree with presents for shoes. The family never knows what to expect from the youngest and loves the chaos that comes along with her. I think what's getting me the most is the really jarring change in music from like sister to sister.
I think this is a really interesting case in nature versus nurture, because clearly they were both nurtured the same way in the same home, but their nature entirely different.
You love to see it. You do.
And I love this too. I mean, I have 2 older sisters and an older brother, so youngest of 4, and all of us have the most different personalities.
Yes.
Like you would not even guess that any of us are siblings.
Yeah.
So I like stories like that. Jeremy, back over to you.
Okay, the Muppet Show, Kermit and the gang, they are back. All right, the new Muppet Show. This is the trailer. It's going to be a special event airing on February 4th. That will be the 50th anniversary of the debut of the original Muppet Show. So Kermit, Miss Piggy, Gonzo, all those guys set to be joined by guest star Sabrina Carpenter, who is executive producing this with Seth Rogen. So. Cool.
Ears must have been tingling. Janelle and I were just talking about Sabrina Carpenter. All right, thank you so much for joining us on our last show before our Christmas break. We are going to be back on December 29th, but next week you're not going to see us on air. We're going to be out enjoying our Christmas holidays, as we hope you do too. Thank you for watching in 2025. We appreciate you.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay ancient Yuletide carol. Fa la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us. Fa la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus. Fa la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure. Fa la 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 la. While I tell of Yuletide treasure. Fa la 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 la. Fast away the old year passes. Fa la 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 la. Hail the new year, lads and lasses. Fa la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together. Fa la la la.